Welcome back to the Two Alphas Talk. Today we're going to talk to you in reference to infiltrators in our groups. I was trying to find some nice words for it, but people who are infiltrating.
Traitors.
Federal, more than likely, government agents.
FBI.
Provocateurs. People get involved with these groups, get a bunch of people riled up, and people show up at different events in different places and they start acting a fool. Is that something that we want? Is that something that we can see through? And that's the kind of thing we're kind of opening up to a question for you guys right now, and something for you to think about. In forums and different groups, you see people in there and they're ready to, oil your guns and lock up your magazines.
Do action.
And take to the streets. You got to pay attention to that. For what purpose?
Are those your traitors? Is that the FBI doing that? Because the FBI is dirty. They'll set you up.
And then when we say dirty, we mean smart.
And so they'll set you up and give you the means, the tools, and everything to carry out a terrorist act and arrest you and put it on TV that you're
subversive.
Yeah. But they don't do that against Antifa or anybody on the left. It's always the people on the right, and the first thing they say is a white supremacist.
They say use the white supremacist, that
Right.
way it invokes fear in everyone else, including white folks. And those are the things that we have to be aware of. That who is this and why did this person start this? You can look back in recent history and you can see there was leadership of different organizations that we don't see anymore. Apparently they got arrested, and I guess they're doing life in jail because they were bonded out, but we don't hear from them. So I guess once you get a bond on you, your movement dies down. You look at all the civil rights organizers in the 60s, multiple arrests for stupid things as well as things that they, real criminal activity. But they continued on with their movement. They continued.
But there's also nonviolent too.
And they were nonviolent. But some of these other people didn't do any violence neither. They preached it, talked a good game, never did anything. All they did was point a gun at an ATF agent.
Oh yeah, and
pointing a gun at him, he didn't shoot him.
Right, and he just disappeared. But we haven't heard any charges. But he was an informant.
He's probably living somewhere off Caribbean island somewhere.
So what we're basically trying to say is be careful joining these groups. It's a lot of them popping up, and there's a lot of agitators getting in there and trying to get you guys riled up, fired up to let's do something. Look at that with a third eye, because that person, if they're saying that's not right, because we're not there yet. And
time for action comes, you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know.
You'll know ahead of time too.
Yeah. So be very careful of these fools trying to set you up to do something, or let's go out and meet. Why are you guys wanting to go to the range and meet and talk about nothing when you can do the same thing on the internet on a secure chat line? Through Go Meeting, if you're not going to be talking about anything crazy, and you can just meet and greet that way. Why do I need to drive halfway across town to go see you? Well, so you can get my photograph?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bringing all the people out,
right?
Bringing all your arms out,
right? Get your license plates, get your cars, all that.
They know your temperament. They know your skill level because you're walking around with a Jam 22, thinking that you're ready to go.
Right. Yeah, and they will know your skill level because most of you guys are just silly. Want to get out there and just show off all your skills to other folks, thinking you're trying to impress them.
Wearing all black in an urban environment.
Right, and it's 80 to 90 degrees outside.
And blending into nothing.
Right. So these groups are no good. They're not going to help you.
That's just one that I'm picking on, but there's others, and the forums are full with them.
If you're paying a membership to that group, and it's really a sanctioned group, and it's a corporation, and they have bylaws.
Exactly.
That's different.
That's different.
All right.
Also, you have to look out when you see these groups and you want to participate in them. What's the end goal? Who does it benefit? If you're paying the dues, who does that dues money pay? Who does that benefit?
If it's a firearms group, they need to be fighting for firearms against gun control. If they're not doing that, and you guys in there eating barbecue every weekend, you don't need to be in there. Because where's your dude money going? Is it going to the cat who's running the thing? And it's because now you eating it in that barbecue, and it's probably pork barbecue.
When you look at most of these other organizations, the ones that have been around forever, there's a lot of people that made millions of dollars off of your pain or someone else's pain, and they tell you because they have to hire a CEO or a COO, and these people cost millions of dollars, and that's the reason why these salaries are so exorbitant.
Prime example, NRA. Yeah, that's them right there. They robbed folks for years, and now they're sitting back with the thumbs up the butt and not trying to fight gun control.
We're still trying, but they don't have the same zest that they had in years ago on.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have to admit that they're still the largest organization for the Second Amendment in the nation.
And I can say that. We're both Second Amendment members. So I mean, NRA members.
Yep.
So, you know, don't try to come down on, you guys, whatever.
Well, that's because we live in America, so we still have the First Amendment.
Right.
For now.
Right. So, you know, if you guys are going to have groups, get together, stay the hell off the internet. Don't bring anybody in those groups if they're family groups unless they're family. You know, you got to really know that person, because what was happening, they're getting people to turn on those groups, and the FBI are recruiting folks.
Yep.
You know, and they may be a rising star. It could be a military guy come in there. It could be one of these guys who used to be a law enforcement come in there, you know, or just Joe Blow with some type of tactical background and just come in there and
infiltrating.
They're infiltrating. He started coming in there trying to run stuff and trying to get you guys to do all kinds of certain things and talking about a lot of certain stuff that shouldn't be talked about. It's time to walk away from that group.
Be aware of your surroundings and who is in their groups and who's speaking.
Right. Because right now they're going after all groups who are not on the left and trying to label them as terrorists. So be very careful. All right. You can see us on the Rumble, Saber Team Tactical, or Parler under 2 Alphas Talk if these videos don't get flagged. We see you on the range.